Okay, so here's what the team alleges. You ready? That she advised the jury not to believe Murdaugh's testimony and other evidence that was brought in by the defense. Big. That she pressured the jury to reach a quick, guilty verdict. Ouch. And also that she misrepresented information to the actual judge presiding over the case in an effort to get one of the jurors booted. Not good. So there's allegations the jurors were discussing the case frequently during breaks, not allowed to do that. I want to bring in our senior national correspondent, Brian Entin, who covered this case start to finish. Brian, this is so enormous. Like, half of me believes that it's hyperbolic. If it were not for signed affidavits by these jurors themselves saying, yup, what she said is true. Take me from there.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Two things that you brought up that I think are important that a lot of people aren't talking about. Number one, that she is an elected official, that she was elected to do this job and be professional. And if you read her book, I mean, she talks about going to cocktail parties with reporters during the trial and guessing about the verdict and how excited she was to go to New York and be on the Today Show and ride in the black Suburban. And then all of these allegations now in the sworn affidavit that she was talking to the jurors during the trial and basically telling them that she believed that Alex Murdaugh was guilty and telling them not to believe his testimony. And it's interesting, actually, because we have learned that the defense attorneys were trying to interview these jurors for a long time, driving down all the dirt roads in the backwoods areas of South Carolina, trying to talk to these jurors. They didn't want to talk, but when the book came out and they read her book, it upset the jurors, we are told, what she wrote in the book. And that is what caused them to come forward and decide to talk to the defense attorneys. So
that's Rebecca Hill. And again, that's self-published. She just put it out there. Nobody put it out under her name. She did it, wrote all those things. Is she responding to this? Is she denying what she wrote or what they're saying? It's kind of hard to deny what you put down in a book yourself, right?
Yeah, she's saying absolutely nothing right now. The minute that these allegations surfaced this morning, we kind of had a feeling they were coming last night that had something to do with the clerk. We called the office, the clerk's office in Colleton County, and immediate no comment. We've learned this afternoon that she was meeting with a legal team, that there may be a statement that's coming out at some point soon. There has been no statement so far. You see her picture there. So at some point, she's obviously going to have to talk again. She's an elected official. I mean, she reports to the people. She works in the courthouse. She's very well known in that community. So she's going to have to come out and explain some of this.
Has anybody sort of started the rumblings about charges that she could face if any of these allegations are true?
So that's the other big component of this. Of course, the lawyers for Murdaugh, they want a second trial, but they have also made very clear they want an investigation, even a federal investigation. They don't want SLED, the law enforcement division in the state, to investigate this. They say they're way too tied to the case. They want someone else to come in and investigate. And I asked the lawyers flat out at the press conference, do you want criminal charges? Is that what you're after? And they said no comment.
Well, yes, okay. So the big press conference was today with his attorneys spelling out in detail. In your estimation, having covered the trial and knowing just how serious, much of that evidence was, what do you think is the most significant allegation in these two attorneys, I mean, listen, there's a lot to choose from, but what did they at least, or what's the common thought about the most serious allegation that could lead to a trial being, the trial result being tossed out?
Yeah, I mean, I jotted some of these things down, that she told jurors not to be fooled, not to be fooled. And again, this isn't a sworn affidavit. This isn't just the lawyer saying it, by Murdaugh's testimony. I mean, you can't go in and say that to a juror or to jurors after the defendant testifies. Told jurors that their deliberations should not take long, basically trying to keep things moving. This is also interesting and hasn't gotten a lot of attention. She allowed the jurors to go out on smoke breaks during the entire trial. They got to have smoke breaks. There were 6 smokers on the jury. During the deliberations, she said no smoke breaks, which, you know, if you're a smoker, that's a big deal, especially during the stress of a deliberation. Again, the defense is trying to sort of say that she was trying to move things along. I talked to Joe McCullough. He is the lawyer who is representing two of the jurors who gave the sworn affidavits. He didn't want to get into too much detail, but said, look, like it took a lot for these jurors to come forward and talk to the defense. I mean, they're not coming out and saying that they don't think Alex Murdaugh is guilty, but they're upset about this clerk. And they felt like it was the right thing to participate with this defense investigation and basically just tell the story of what happened behind closed doors.
And you know what? Jurors never get enough singing. They are unsung heroes. And for them to do this after they've already done their service to this country, they could be done with the whole mess. This was a lot for them.
Yeah.
A lot. It was very difficult testimony. So for them to come forward and say, look, we have to speak, I think it's a big deal. Hey, Brian Entin, thank you for this. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Ash.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.